How's everyone doing? Hell yeah, we're having a good time here, aren't we? Because we couldn't get Skyline.
Oh!
I don't give a shit. I pick on everybody. Fuck them.
That'll what you have.
I just noticed something. Check out these drapes. Really awesome, right? Ever notice they don't match the carpet here? This room is just one big ginger. Okay, anyway. I have a cane, and the reason I have this cane is because last night I met this beautiful woman, and she told me she'd love me a lot better if I had a third leg, so I went out and bought this today. And it's really long and dark and stiff. And for the first time in my life, I feel like a black guy. I can finally do what I've always wanted to do, play pro sports and fuck white women. But I'll tell you something else about myself you probably don't know. I don't have a sense of smell at all. I can't smell anything. I've never been able to. So I allow the audience to pass gas throughout my set, if you like. However, there are some ground rules, and I'll go over them right now. First of all, no thunder boomers, all right? Just try to keep it as quiet as possible. Second of all, if you feel the need to get up from your table for any reason, please no crop dusting, all right? Do not, like the people next to you do not want to sniff a vapor trail, all right? And third and most importantly, don't let one rip that's going to leave any kind of a skid mark, because these chairs are expensive. So I'm not having a real good streak with women lately, and like a lot of the other comics in here, I've been masturbating a lot to compensate, and I've been masturbating so much that last week I contracted a computer virus. And that's kind of getting AIDS. Yeah. So what I had to do is I have to take the walk of shame into computer world, right? You know, you have to. I have a laptop, and the reason how I got a computer virus is when I masturbate, it's like a multi-million-dollar Hollywood production. You know, I can't just take one magazine, jerk off to it, and then I'm done. I can't do that because, you know, I'm not 14 anymore. I'm older, I'm more sophisticated, and I need this to be a big work of art. So I, like, lay out spreads, magazine spreads of, like, Rosie O'Donnell on the... Well, hey, this isn't your penis, all right? It's mine. I'll jerk off to whatever the hell I feel like, all right? And so I have Rosie O'Donnell on a magazine on the bed for myself. I throw in, like, old school Christy Canyon on the VHS tape on the big screen TV. I put Jenna Jameson, modern porn on my laptop, and it's like an amusement park for me. It's great. And, but what happens is eventually you run into contracting computer viruses, and that's what happened. So I had to do the walk of shame to computer world, where you're walking with your computer, get up to the desk to the tech guy, and you surrender it like a samurai sword. And he looks at you, he has his white shirt on, his skinny tie, and his glasses, and he's like, oh, what seems to be the problem? Yeah, dude, I don't know, man. I think I got a computer virus, man. Do you think you can fix it for me? Oh, sure. Well, how do you think you contracted the virus? Well, and then you lie to him, because you have to. You can't tell him the truth. So you lie, and you say, I don't know, man. Like, today when I got up, I was looking at my daily baseball scores, and right after I checked my daily Bible verses, you know. And I just have no clue, because you can't tell him the truth. I mean, I can't go in there, and when he goes, oh, how do you think you contracted the virus? I can't go, well, dude, yesterday was, like, Kinky Asian Tuesday on YouPorn, and tonight is Chick with a Horse Wednesday. And I don't want to miss that. So do you think you could have this done by 5 so I can go home and putter one off? Because that's the problem with modern technology. It's when I was a kid, I never had to take my dad's Playboy magazine and spend $60 to get it fixed when I jerked off to it. All I had to do was peel the pages apart. So I live with my parents, and that's not too bad. It's a little depressing because they have more sex than I do. They're getting old. They're in their mid-60s, and they're getting old. There's no way around it. And they're doing so much screwing that it's like they're trying to fill a quota before they die. And I just hope it doesn't get weird. I just hope it doesn't get creepy weird. I don't know what I would do if my dad ever came up to me and was like, hey son, and I'm like, hey dad, what's up, man? And he's like, do you know where I can go to get an executioner's mask and a couple of gerbils? And I could never look my mother in the eyes again if she was like, hey, Chad, can you help me out here? And I'm like, yeah, Mom, what's up? And she's like, can you tell me, do you know if the candle wax is supposed to go directly onto the nipple or just kind of around the general hair? I worry about my parents' safety because I love my parents, man. I don't want anything to happen to my parents because if something happens to my parents, I don't know what I'd do because I can't cash their Social Security checks if they're dead. And, but I did hang out with my dad. He's cool, and we watch a lot of sports together. Like football and basketball, baseball, hockey, all sports. But everything is a sport nowadays. Everything. They made a sport out of eating. Competitive eating in America is a sport. Where they get athletes from around the world to come over to America and see how much food they can cram into their mouths and hold down into their big stomachs without puking all over the place. And it's like, oh God, only in America would you have competitive eating. Because I could only imagine that in Ethiopia, when they heard what's going on over here, what the new big sport is, the Ethiopians were like, what? Competitive? Are you fucking kidding me? But if there's going to be competitive eating, the next logical progression in sports is competitive shitting. All right? God, you wait. Competitive shitting will be the next big sport. They'll make it an Olympic event. They'll have shitters from all around the world coming to compete. The Germans will be strong with all the sausage and kraut they eat, right? The Mexicans will do good for a while, but then they'll just get too lazy and quit. The Chinese, well, they'll do well for the first hour, then after another hour, they're just going to have to shit again. And I was wondering, in America, who would make the best competitive shitters? Who is going to be the LeBron James in America of competitive shitting, right? And I couldn't think for the longest time of anyone. I'm like, man, I don't know. But it finally came to me, and because we have tons of them in America, which would be why we would dominate competitive shitting like we dominate every other sport on this planet. Because the best competitive shitters in the world would be American politicians. I'm Chad Bowden. Thanks a lot for coming out. You guys enjoy the rest of your evening.
Attaboy, Chad. Woo!